We got ourselves a boy Dead yet again. You know, Dead never surprises me. Never ceases to surprise me with some of the mocks he runs. He got the tin head going on. We got Dead the tin head. We got Just Vanish X hanging out as an orc, Assassination rogue, Wrecker going back as a Frost Death Knight. We got ourselves Smitty Weapon also playing that Dead-inspired survival, and Zekiel versus Aelwyd as a Destro, Athoman as a Red Pally, Christina as a Feral going up first, Naro playing that Shadow Priest, looks amazing by the way, and Yoda back at it again. That group didn't really get to play too much. Atho is playing the big judgment build. We'll see him. That's going to be opener by Christina onto Dead, popping a defensive already with the pet sun coming out. Christina's going to trick it out of them immediately, and Dead wants to kite Christina through all the traps, has a freeze the trap set up. And that's actually going to be Dead's reset for a second. Did eat a Maledict at the opener by Christina. Some people are still rolling Maledicts apparently. I think he did shoot Maledict at Christina just now. Yeah, he did. Maledict is so little of Absorb right now. It's not a good trinket anymore. Bash onto Dead. Does get a trinket out of it. Christina has wall available. Thorns it up right now. Dead might want to reconsider doing damage to Christina. Will need to find a way to juke him out. Does put Christina in a trap. Christina still does get a big old bite in there and is trying to power shift to get those thorns to get maximum value. While Dead is going to land another freezing trap with a Mending Bandage to catch a reset. It's going to be a game of cat and mouse. Except Christina's the cat. Well, that's obvious. But Dead is not a mouse. Dead is just something sinister out of the water. Just crawled out. And is just there to ruin your day. Wall for Christina up right now. Wants to make sure they can at least get some sort of bleed set up onto Dead. Does have renewal. Is going to pop the renewal a little bit early. Swift Mental Follow is going to try to get those heals rolling. Stun onto Christina right now. And Dead doesn't have cooldowns to work with. But he wants to kite Christina through all the traps. It's going to go for Mending Bandages. Christina wants to stop it, but it's going to run through a trap immediately. Bash onto Dead. This is where Dead is going to pop a defense right now. Pet Sack is up and running. Big bleeds, big setup coming in. Dead is actually going to use his flame to heal himself, just to keep himself afloat. Throwing a grenade at Christina. Thorns are coming out. Needs to stop hitting. That's actually going to save the freezing trap for Christina just right. He's still taking quite a bit of damage. He just used Mending Bandage. Trying to go for a camo with a Mending Bandage. I think his pet was taking quite a bit of damage. Dead. Now this is the perfect time for Christina to put up all the blaze. He needs to power shift and catch Dead. ASAP. Trying to get the calm points. Needs to get the rip and rake up and running so Dead can actually take damage to his health. Is getting the calm points rolling. Dead is using flame to self-heal. Is going to disengage away from Christina. Throwing a couple nades at him. Wants to make sure the dots are still rolling. For Christina, this is good. Freezing Trap, does Dead have a Mending Bandage again? Perfect. Perfect. Dead is now at an advantage. If Dead can get clean Mending Bandages where he actually can get a lot of healing, then that'll be perfect. Following up with a stun to Christina, forcing out a chicken out of Christina with a Maledict to follow. Try to stop the hots, I guess, a little bit. This is where Dead is going to pop off from big cooldowns. If Christina even has a badge, Dead is going to have chicken for it. Wall coming out for Christina. Does get Thorns up and running. Dead is trying to use Aspect of the Eagle to do as much damage to Christina from far away. Save chicken proccing for Christina. Dead is actually using Flame for us offensively. Christina is going to get a massive heal with that renewal. Still staying alive for a bit. Is going to get full bleeds up and running onto Dead. Dead is going to throw down a trap on him. Could go for Mending Bandage just to clean himself off of all dots for a moment. Freezing trap on Christina. No way to separate him. Is going to go for a Mending Bandage 100% here. Is he going to go for full re-stealth though? No, he is not. He's actually going to send the pet over at Christina not to let him re-stealth. So I think Dead is ahead right now. He's using his cooldowns really well against Christina. Grenades to fall out. Does he not play with grenades anymore? Like the specific grenades, like Poison Grenade, Sharpling Grenade. Oh, Christina dropping down very low off that Harpoon is Dead. Is focused on catching after Christina's stun coming down, throwing a grenade in there, trying to get quite a bit of damage, barely any health left. And this is where Dead needs to find a reset from Aelwyd right now. Is that Aelwyd next? I think it is. Oh, stun coming out onto Dead right now by the pet. Not gonna let him know. Wait. The pet didn't attack him. This is where Aelwyd needs to dismount so then the pet can actually chase after Dead. That could have been a reset easily. This is where Dead needs to find a way to deal with Aelwyd playing that Demonology. Trying to see if he can land a fear. Not going to happen. Dead, I think, used a feign death for a second. And Aelwyd does drop down the Boskirch Bombers, but they didn't really hit the mark. Dead is back up to try to catch up. Aelwyd does get a lot of instacast back-to-back. Drain left coming out onto the pet. Gonna go down, trying to come out. Not gonna happen. Does get interrupted. Where's his pet? Did his pet die? His pet is all the way in Africa. Needs to get some CC. Hand go downs are coming out. Elway can actually use the hand go downs onto Dead's pet in order to at least get the imps up and running. Stun onto Dead. You ought to use 4 for that. 4 right now with a Warlock House that doesn't really have a lot of health to work with. Hasn't been able to get their damage out, and so far has been behind from the start. Does trick it out of the stun. That's going to be reflect for Elwyn. Finally getting a set of imps, but down they go. Imagine being in that situation. That was very unlucky. Yoda popping off that trinket immediately as soon as he gets eaten by the freezing trap by Dead. Dead is throwing down more traps. Actually, Zwen getting caught into that trap. Zwen just dodged one for you. Dead is going to start using the flame in order to deal damage to Yoda, with grenades to follow. Dampening is going to be rolling in at a 2% mark. As soon as we hit the 5-minute mark, that's where dampening starts rolling in. Leg sweep onto Dead. Does have a trinket for it. There's going to be a touch of death coming down right now with a karma onto Yoda. Dead is trying to deny as much damage. Just seems to get away from Yoda. Yoda actually taking a very defensive stance as well. Dead took a bit of damage from touch of death, but very fine right now. Still healthy. Only thing that's hitting Yoda is his pet, or Dead's pet. So there's not going to be a lot of healing or damage back to Dead. Just keeping him in combat. Maybe has a Mortal Strike effect. Is that why you have a hyena? I don't remember what hyenas do. But maybe that's what he's running for, is for the Mortal Strike. Stunned by the pet. Does that have big damage? No chicken available for Yoda. All Dead can do is just throw grenades, get the Fel Flame in there. That's going to be a massive defensive for Yoda. Safe to chicken even proccing right now, as he's trying to get himself a bit of heal. But he missed his Fist of Fury completely, getting caught in that steel trap as soon as he tries to get next to Dead. And Dead is just going to be able to kite him. He's going to be able to control him through the freezing trap. He controls where you go. He controls if you do damage. He controls everything you do. And it's going to get the dot rolling. Harpooning right to Yoda, but that's going to be leg sweep to hit him. And for the Fist of Fury to fall, that's actually quite a bit of damage. Whirling Dragon Punch to fall, and maybe does get a massive Whirling Dragon Punch, but no karma to keep him afloat. Does he have anything to work with? Has the mobility, but it's going to be another trap on the other side with the poison getting reset. The pet is there, trying to go for cheap bursts. Not going to happen, and Naru's up next as a Shadow Priest. Wanted to get a dot onto Dead as soon as he could. Might just have to go dotting of the pet as well. Yeah, you have to dot of the pet. That's going to be a lot of traps around the corner. That's exactly where Dead wants him. Stun into Naro, trying to see if he can get a trinket out of him. He's not trying to go for damage, just a trinket into a silence into Naro, into a freezing trap. That's exactly what he wanted. He wanted to see if maybe he'll trinket a stun, run around the corner. Freezing trap is there waiting for him. And Dead is going to go for manning better, just where Naro needs to make sure there's dots on Dead. If at least he can make sure that there's dots on a pet, then Dead cannot land himself full camo like he did just now. And now Dead has the full advantage, full heal, ready to go. Harpooning into Nara right now, does go for a greater fade. That's going to be Dead actually bailing out of that fear with his racial. So the Stricken is going to be down for 30 seconds, trying to see if he can min-max the damage into Nara. Nara is going to land a stun into Dead. No Stricken available, trying to get himself as much healing as possible. Is going to go for Void Form, actually get to port next to where Dead is at. Dead didn't expect that kind of mobility. It's a Mind Seer onto Dead, is throwing down traps. Threw down traps, tried to see if he could freeze the Mindbender move, but the Mindbender did dissipate. And Nara needs to get some Shadow Men's rolling right now. Dead has that freezing trap. That's what he's going off of. He's going to use the flame to heal himself. Freezing trap, maybe almost avoided by Nara. Nope. Can Dead actually get himself a full reset camo? That's not any better. So dots are not on it anymore. Could maybe go for full camo. Instead, stun into Nara, trick out of it immediately, playing very defensive. Trying to bail out. Shadow Men's trying to come out. It's going to go for greater fade. He's going to get that VT onto Dead, but he's going to go for the Feigned Death, which does clear him off. It's going to throw him in a horror for a bit. Does have a chicken for the stun, and he's actually going to use a mind control trying to come out. Doesn't have anything for this mind control though, but that's going to be silence onto Nara. Does get a short fear onto Dead with a Mindbender to follow, Mind Seer to follow. Dead needs to get some big damage to take him out. Noro barely has any health, hasn't popped disperse quite yet. Silence on the Dead, so no traps available. Noro might have to go for a disperse. Dead's health is actually not looking at health anymore. What just happened? Dead was on ahead, an advantage with the damage out here, but now Noro is ahead of him instead. Medic Betty just coming out, making sure to redot Dead around the corner. That's all he needs to do is just have him redotted. Could Nara come back here? 9 minutes in, dampen at 25%. Not going to get a lot of healing from here on. And Dead has cooldowns rolling right now, or Aspect of the Eagle at least. Trying to get the Mongoose Bite into Nara. That's going to be a stun onto Dead. Actually, he's stunned. Mind control to follow. He's not going to be just dots on the Dead for a bit. Oh my god. It looks like he does break out of that somehow. Not really sure how he broke out of it. Maybe Nara disabled it. That's going to be Turtle Shell for Dead as he goes for a bit of a Feigned Death. Shadow Men's coming out for Noro. Manning Better's coming in for Dead. Could Noro finally take him out? Maybe does he have an execute? Freeze the trap on Noro. Oh my god. Dead is just continuing to throw grenades in it. He's continuing to poke at him. Stop poking the Hornet's Nest. Harpoons feeling really good. Mindseer does interrupt it and Dead bailing out of there before the next Alliance Ather can take him out. Needs to get out of there. Trying to go for a massive heal. Flame coming out back to back. Does he have double flame? Did he unlock double flame already? Don't you need like the necklace level to be really super high for the double flame? It looked like he just double flame. He got a lot of healing just now. Unless it was acceleration and flame. Does catch a camo against Ather. One last man left standing for Dead to get a big ol' 1v5. Ather should have just gave him an honor duel, I feel like, at that point. Because he's just not going to be able to find him at all, boys. Ather got stunned with an adaptation proccing immediately, so Dead does force out that adaptation. He just got to sit around the corner, throwing out the flame at Ather, just lobbing grenades at him. 35% dampening, going to make it harder for Ather to heal over time. 35% is going to already start to feel a little bit daunting. Into a root onto Ather. Maldic to follow. Dead is just trying to get as much range damage into Ather. He's not a survival hunter. That's a Beastmaster hunter right there. Look at that, dude. That's an aim shot right there. That's an aim shot eagerly if I've ever seen one. Trinket for Dead as he does get hit with a Hodge. Ather's trying to build up for a massive judgment. Maybe he can all in Dead in a single go. Is he going to be able to do it? Trying to maintain his heals as best as possible. Trying to use the pet in order to generate a lot of resources. Does use a little bit of AoE in the group. Going to be a rocket flying at Ather. Bubble coming in for Ather. Going to go for a big setup. Dead doesn't have a trinket anymore. Ather could have a massive judgment stored up right now. Maybe. Does he have it? Is he going to have the resources into a freezing trap? Is he trying to wait out the resources? Is he trying to wait out the judgment? Is that what he's doing? Ather could maybe go for it. Does have the pet to deal with. Is continuing to cleanse himself of poisons whenever he can. Dead is right after him. Ather might just have to go for it, man. Ather just might have to go. Is going to go for big crit. Stun onto Dead. Big damage maybe. Wings coming out. Big executive sentence. Judgment. Templar's Verdict. Has a Shield of Vengeance as well. He's trying to get the big damage out of it. He got the Templar's Verdict off though. Got the Judgment in there. That took Dead to about half health. Big Shield of Vengeance. Oh my god. That Shield of Vengeance is obliterated Dead! And Smitty out here is to clean up the game. Does dispel Ather off a bot, but I think that's it. Oh my god, that was so good! That was so good! Dead did 4 million, dude. 4 million damage, 4 kills. A milli per kill, basically. Oh my god. Ather just obliterated him, though. That Shield of Vengeance popping on you. That's insane. Alright, Chrysler. I'm seeing it in there. I'm seeing it in chat.